Welcome 4th semester PGB Pod students at Unisba. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. You know, as future early childhood educators, you carry a tremendous responsibility, and this explainer is designed specifically for you. We're going to unpack the foundational concepts of early childhood learning strategies, drawing directly from the highly respected 2017 work of Masito and colleagues. Get ready, because we are going to connect deep academic theory directly to your future classroom practice.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First, core ECE concepts. Second, a strategy example. Third, a case analysis. And finally, your crucial role as Unisba future educators.
Section 1. Core Concepts of Early Childhood Learning. Let's ground ourselves in the theory, because theory is the anchor for all practical classroom application.
Now, Masita really drives home a fundamental point. Learning for early childhood has to be a completely child-centered process. It must be natural, it must be holistic, and it absolutely has to be contextual, meaning it connects directly to their daily lives and their overall well-being. And you know what the most important part is? The main medium is play. Play is not a break from learning. It's the essential, non-negotiable medium for natural development. You literally cannot separate early childhood learning from play.
And this brilliantly illustrates the clash between the right way and the wrong way to teach young kids. On one hand, you have constructivism. This is active knowledge building through direct physical and social interaction, using hands-on experience with real, concrete objects. In stark contrast, you have drilling. Drilling relies on academic forcing and passive reception, which, let's be honest, completely stifles a child's natural curiosity. Masito makes it incredibly clear. Early childhood learning is never about academic forcing. It's always about actively constructing knowledge in a joyful, supportive environment.
So what are we actually aiming for here? According to our source material, the ultimate goals of early childhood education fall into two crucial dimensions. First, there's optimal potential development. This means you're facilitating their physical, cognitive, and socio-emotional growth so they become well-rounded little humans. Second, you are laying the foundation for learning readiness. You're equipping them with basic literacy, numeracy, simple problem solving, and independence. You're giving them the tools they need so they are genuinely ready when they step into primary school. And to actually hit those goals, we rely on developmentally appropriate practice, or DAP. There are 6 integrated targets here: cognitive, language, physical motor, social emotional, religion and moral values, and art. Every single strategy you design for your classroom must be flexible, fun, and process-oriented to target these 6 aspects, accommodating every child's totally unique learning style. Section 2. Example strategy, the traditional market. Let's look at how this actually plays out in a project-based scenario. This is a project-based learning strategy recommended by Masito, themed The Traditional Market Around Us. It has 3 very clear steps. Step 1 is exploration. Children get concrete, hands-on experience observing a miniature market setup and touching real fruits and vegetables. Step 2 is role play, where they actually become buyers, sellers, and cashiers. And step 3 is integration. This is where all those developmental aspects we just talked about are naturally combined into one incredibly engaging activity. What's truly fascinating here is how seamlessly integration happens in action. Think about it. When children use paper play money during their role play, they're naturally developing financial literacy and cognitive numeracy just by counting. They're building language skills by negotiating prices with their friends, and physical motor skills by setting up their market stalls and handling the goods. It never feels like a rigid, boring lesson. To them, it just feels like fun. Section 3, field case, the passive worksheet problem, because as we know, things aren't always perfect in the real world. Let's look at a flawed practice found in a real Bandung kindergarten. Teachers were forcing children to do passive worksheets, known as LKA, focusing entirely on reading, writing, and arithmetic, commonly called Kalastung. And they were doing this for 2 whole hours every single day. Why? To meet the demands of parents who wanted their kids to read and count early. But what was the result? The children became anxious, they got incredibly bored, and they started getting into conflicts with each other because they were completely starved of social and physical activity. So the crucial point is to understand exactly why this approach fails so miserably. The LKA drilling practice completely violates developmentally appropriate practice. It focuses on narrow cognitive targets while totally ignoring a child's physical and social needs. Masito's solution reminds us that true learning readiness should be built through interactive play. You want literacy? Use big, engaging picture books. You want counting? Use colorful building blocks. Don't use passive, stressful sheets of paper.
When we ignore the theory, we risk causing something devastating: academic burnout. This is early exhaustion and a tragic loss of self-confidence triggered by inappropriate academic forcing and the neglect of socio-emotional needs. Forcing callisting through monotonous worksheets doesn't make children smarter faster. It actively harms their mental health and stunts their social development.
Section 4. Your role as UNISBA educators, because this is where you come in. As you step into your future careers, remember these criteria. Quality learning strategies absolutely must be DAP-based. They must be process-oriented rather than obsessing over final test results. And they must utilize concrete, hands-on media. Masito's framework is your ultimate shield against repeating the exact mistakes we just saw in the Bandung case study.
As superior early childhood educators graduating from UNISBA, your job isn't just to teach, it's to advocate. You have to master these theories so you can educate not just your students, but also their parents and society at large. You are called to implement child-friendly, innovative strategies that build those foundational skills without ever sacrificing a child's happiness, all while remaining firmly grounded in solid Islamic and scientific values.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Knowing the incredible power of play and the very real, very present dangers of academic burnout, how will you transform your future classroom from passive drilling to meaningful play? The future of education is quite literally in your hands, and I cannot wait to see what you build. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.